Magandang buhay everyone, I am your Francine Manasan and I am here to recite every topic that we've discussed on our entrepreneurship subject. There are 11 steps in business registration. Number 1, it is necessary to register at DTI or Department of Trade and Industry and PTRCP or Bureau of Trade Regulation and Consumer Protection, as it will give you an exclusive right to use and establish your business name as well as offers of protection to those who could take advantage of using your name. Second is barangay clearance. It is an easy step and requires minimal fee, and the local government requires local businesses to register in their barangay level. Third is registration with the local government, as permits and licenses are required to ensure that the standards are met and the businesses complies with the specific requirements of the local businesses. Number 4, BIR registration, as the Bureau of Internal Revenue will furnish your business with its own tax identification number and the authority to print receipts and invoices and etc. Next step is SSS registration, as it offers your employees many benefits. Next step is the dollar registration. It is required for businesses with 5 or more workers. 7 is you will also need to secure your membership in the government health care benefits system with PhilHealth. Next is securing utilities for a business at Meralco and local water utilities for firms locating outside Metro Manila, while Maynilad Water Company are for firms locating in Metro Manila. Second to the last step is securing your telephone services connection through PLDT or Philippine Long Distance Telephone Co. Lastly is the registration with other offices depending on the type of business, like Bureau of Food and Drugs, Garment and Textile Board, DOT or Department of Tourism, PNP or Philippine National Police. Requirements for business permit. Number 1, locational clearance prior to business permit. New applicants and change of business addresses only. Number 2, lease contract between the lessor and the lessee if leased. Attach mayor's permit registration of the building owner or landlord as a real estate lessor. If not, lease contract between the lessee and the sublessee with conformity of the owner of the building administration. If owned, transfer certificate of title or TCT or tax declaration in Xerox copy. Third is the business name registration with the Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship. Fourth, article of incorporated partnerships approved by SEC or Securities Exchange Commission for new applicants only. 5 is barangay clearances. 6, public liability insurance. 7, financial statement of assets and liabilities or BIR income tax return for renewal only. 8, resident certificate A and B for single proprietorship. C and C1 for corporation, and last step is other special permits depending on the type of your business. Who should apply for locational clearance prior to building permit? Number 1, all lot owners who intend to construct a structure with their respective properties, and number 2, all tenants of the building or structure who intend to do some renovations. The requirements for locational clearance prior to building permit. Number 1, completely filled up application form for building permit. Number 2, 5 architectural plans and it must be signed and sealed. Number 3, barangay clearance. Number 4, transfer of certificate of title or TCT. Number 5, latest payment of real property tax. Number 6, computation of floor area ratio for construction of structures where density is limited by a maximum floor area ratio or FAR. And 7 is the notarized authorization of the person following up the application. Who should apply for locational clearance prior to business permit? Number 1, all business owners who intend to open a business. And number 2, all business owners who already have an existing business permit and intend to transfer to a new location. These are the requirements for locational clearance prior to business permit. Number 1, completely filled up and notarized application form for business permit. Number 2, barangay clearance. 3, DTI or SEC registration. 4, occupancy permit. 5, if you're the owner, transfer certificate of title or TCT. Latest payment of real property tax. Condominium certificate of title or CCT if the location is a unit in a building or condominium. 6, if lease contract. 7, if there is no renovation that has happened in the structure. A notarized affidavit executed by the owner of the building, attesting to the fact that there is no major renovation was really done. And 8 is a notarized authorization for the person following up the application. Now, for a business name, there are terms and conditions set forth under the revised implementing rules and regulation of RA 3883, otherwise known as the Business Name Law. It is your responsibility to ensure that your proposed business name is number 1, not a term or word or group of words that connotes activities or norms that are immoral, unlawful, scandalous, or contrary to propriety. Number 2, not a term, name, word, or group of words, term or expressions that distinguish or designate or suggest any quality of class of products, services, articles, goods, and merchandise. Number 3, not a trade name, trademark, or business name that are registered to the authorized government agency that are authorized to register business names and trademarks. Number 4, it must not be inimical to the security of the state. Number 5, not composed of a purely generic words such as drugstore, healthcare clinic, and etc. 6, not a name, the use of which is restricted by law or regulation or that which cannot be legally appropriated. Number 7, not officially used by the government in its non-propriety functions like NBI Private Investigation Services or PNP Security Agency. Number 8, not a name or abbreviation of any nation, intergovernmental or international organization unless it is authorized by a competent authority of that nation, intergovernmental or international organization. Number 9, not subject of an order by any administrative bodies or agencies or regular courts prohibiting the registration. Number 10, not a name of other person. And 11, not deceptive, misleading, or misrepresents the nature of the business. Differentiating sole proprietorship to partnership to corporation to cooperative and OPC or one-person corporation. Sole proprietorship is a business owned by an individual or one owner that has complete management control. He or she must register their business at SEC and he or she is liable for all debts and obligations of his or her business. The management structure is managed by the sole proprietor himself or herself, and the sole owner will benefit from the profit distribution. Only the properties and products are transferable. Partnership is operated and owned by 2 or more individuals to gain profit. They agree to share every profit in percentage, evenly divided. The partner must register their business at DTI and the partner receives proportionate share of the profit or losses and the partnership property. They are liable for all partnership obligations such as in contracts and in tort or a civil wrong that can harm people or properties. General partners has unlimited liability while limited partners only has limited liability. The profit distribution is based on the agreement or meeting based on law. The transfer of ownership is subject to consent of both partners. Corporation is legislatively created and the ownership and financial structure consists of 5 or more owners. Employees have the right to vote for directors and essential governance as they will be managing the business or company structure. The shareholders are only liable in their capital distribution, and the board of directors are also responsible for declaration of profit distribution. This is freely transferable through NYSE and informal capital markets. OPC or one-person corporation only has one stockholder who can be a real estate, natural person, or trust. OPC source of capital might be personal investments or loans from banks or financial institutions. The owner's personal assets are generally protected from the company's liabilities and debts. The owner's liability is limited to their investment in the company. The OPC is a separate legal entity distinct from its owner, and this means the company can enter contracts, own assets, and incur debts independently of the owner's personal finances. Lastly is the cooperative, or also known as co-op. It is a business organization owned and operated by its members for mutual benefit, and upon registration to CDA or Cooperative Development Authority, it becomes a legal entity distinct from its members. The source of capital are member contributions or loans. Their liabilities are its financial obligations such as debts and payments of the members, and members may have limited liability. The successor must be a trained future leader and members to take over. In case of profit sharing, the cooperative distributes profits to members based on their capital contributions. There are two types of partnerships, and these are general and limited partnership. A general partner may be established orally or by a contract or other action taken by the parties. SEC registration is not required, and all general partners make up the partnership. In addition to their contributions, each participant is solely responsible for partnership commitments. They can provide money, real estate, services, or any combination of these. Unless otherwise agreed, each partner has an equal right to management. While limited partner can only be created by following the legal criteria. It cannot be created informally. You must register with the SEC, and it consists of at least one limited partner and one or more general partners. Only the amount of the limited partner's contribution is subject to liability. He or she cannot provide services, but he can only give cash or property. He becomes a general limited partner if he gives both money and services or property and services. He becomes a general partner if he just provides services. Limited partners are not involved in management. The limited partner is not a proper party, only the general partner is. The partnership must file a lawsuit in its own name. Comparing partnership to joint venture. A partnership is a formal legal business structure that acquires personality after following the requisites required by law, where two or more individuals agree to share in the profits or losses of the business. While joint venture is a less formal business agreement with no legal personality, where two or more parties agree to collaborate on a specific project. A partnership is required to operate under a firm name, while joint venture has no firm name. The property used in partnership becomes the property of the business identity and the partners as well, while in joint venture, the property used remains undivided property. What are the benefits of BMBE or Barangay Microbusiness Enterprises who are not qualified, and how to register in DTI and BIR? The benefits of BMBE are income tax exemption and exemption from the coverage of the minimum wage law. Franchise business that has more than one branch with 3 million and above total assets, including those arising from loans, but not the land on which the plant and equipment are located, and those who are registered as professional or self-employed are not qualified to register as MBE. How to register Barangay Microbusiness Enterprises or BMBE in DTI or Department of Trade and Industry. Number 1. Application for registration as Barangay Microbusiness Enterprises or BMBE Form 1. DTI Certificate of Business Name Registration. Mayor's Business Permit. Breakdown of assets and latest financial statement. Picture of the office, stall or facility or the location, ID of the owner, and special power of attorney and ID of the authorized representative if applicable. After you get your BMBE Certificate of Authority from the DTI, you need to continue registering your business with the BIR where your business is located. The requirements are application for registration information update, or the BIR Form 1905. Second is the DTI's BMBE Certificate of Authority. C. Notarized sworn statement of capital. The sworn statement shall be supported by breakdown of assets like asset name, acquisition cost, acquisition date, book value, accumulated depreciation, and notarized affidavit that the business has no affiliates, sales outlets, and branches, places of production, warehouse, and storage places, or such other facility owned and or operated. Next is the latest annual income tax return from last year and the latest quarterly income tax return from the current year, together with audited financial statement. Next is BIR Certificate of Registration, and lastly, Notarized Special Power of Attorney or SPA with the ID of the owner and authorized representative. Differentiating offer to advertisement. An offer is a specific and ambiguous commitment to perform one action in return for another. On the other hand, an advertisement typically serves as a request for an offer or an effort to draw attention to a goods or services. In the instance of PepsiCo Inc., some people interpreted the commercial as offer to trade 7 million Pepsi points for a fighter jet, although it was actually just a commercial meant to draw attention to the brand. The court decided in the case that the commercial constituted an advertisement rather than an offer. The terms were nonsense, and PepsiCo Inc. never planned to sell the jet. Therefore, the difference is whether the communication is an advertisement that is intended to gain attention but lacks the legal weight of a actual offer, or an actual offer that may be legally accepted. What are the 5 types of marketing communication and its subtypes? Number 1 is advertising with the subtype of print and broadcast ads, packaging, outer and inserts, and motion pictures. Second is sale promotion with subtypes of contest, games, sweepstakes, and lotteries, premiums and gifts, sampling, fairs and trade shows. 3 is public relations and publicity with subtypes of press kits, speeches, seminars, and annual reports. 4th is personal selling with sales presentations, meetings, incentive programs, and samples. And lastly is direct and interactive marketing with catalogs, mailings, telemarketing, and electronic shopping. Let us now jump to pricing. And let us start with the food. I decided to sell carbonara 100 pieces a day. The cost of goods is worth 1,000 pesos. The packaging is 500. Labor is 500. Utilities 500. Profit margin is 100%. Buffer 30%. Tax 12%. And let's start computing. Let's start computing variable cost. For the variable cost, add cost of goods and packaging, which is 1,000 plus 500 is equals to 1,500 pesos. And let's divide it to 100 pieces. 1,500 divided by 100 pieces is equals to 15. Next step is fixed cost, consists labor and utilities, which is 500 plus 500 is equals to 1,000 pesos. 1,000 pesos and divided by 100 pieces again is equals to 10 pesos. Next step is profit margin. Just add the sum of the variable cost and the fixed cost, which is 15 plus 10 is equals to 25. Then add it to the percentage of the profit margin, which is 100%. 25 plus 100% is equals to 50. Next step is the buffer cost. 50 plus the buffer cost 30% is equals to 65, and 65 plus the sum of the profit margin is equals to 115. Next step is the tax. 115, which is the sum of the buffer cost, plus the 12% tax is equals to 128.8 pesos. The total cost is 128.8 pesos, and the selling price for my carbonara is 130 pesos. Let us now jump to non-food, and I decided to sell customized pillow in square shape for 180 pesos, 100 pieces. My printing expenses is 1,500, utilities 500, labor 500, profit margin 25%, tax 12%. Let us now compute for the variable cost. Let's multiply 180 pesos times 100 pieces. It will be equal to 18,000, and let's add 18,000 to our printing expenses, which is 1,500 equals 9,500. 9,500 divided by 100 pieces is 195. Next step is fixed costs, which is utilities and labor. 500 plus 500 equals 1,000, and divided into 100 pieces equals 10. For the profit margin, add variable cost and the fixed cost, which is 195 plus 10 is equals to 205. 205 plus the profit margin 25% is equals to 51.25. Again, 205 plus the profit margin 51.25 is equals to 256.25. Next step is the tax. 256.25, the profit margin times 12% tax is equals to 30.75. Add 30.75 to the profit margin 256.25, it will be equal to 287. The total cost is 287, and my selling price is 290 pesos per piece. For the ROI, my machine and computer is 100,000, and I will divide it to the sum of my profit margin, which is 51.25. It will be equal to 1,951 pieces to be sold for the ROI.